Paolo del Rosario. Let's get you up to speed with some news that you can use right now.
And hello there, beautiful people. I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. We are here to make sure that your day starts right with a lot of positive vibes and inspiration.
And hello, I'm Monique Tuzon. Join us in the next hour for stories and conversations that matter.
And of course, the weather is a bit sunnier right now. We're seeing that and feeling that here in Metro Manila, even in our friends from Isabela. They are having a happy Tuesday. Isn't that right, Mo?
Yes, very happy Tuesday. It's sunny compared to yesterday, so we'll get to see that later on in the show. But we have some more storms to cover as well.
Yeah,
I mean, it's happy now, but later on.
I think 2 more storms are coming this week.
Yeah, well, there's one nearby, and of course another one that's still outside of Philippine Air's responsibility. Of course, we'll see whether or not that develops into anything more. Of course, we're going to have a bit of news on the weather later on. Of course, you can catch a Weather HQ mamaya, 9 a.m.
Our in-home weather specialist.
I'm just saying, you know, that's a good show.
Weather pow.
And of course, later on, we have a bit of medical talk to talk about, including how AI helps out with dementia.
Yes,
that is
exciting
really interesting.
times. Like normally, AI has a negative connotation, but this time, it's helping. So I'm excited.
Are you worried about how powerful AI can get?
Yes.
Well, I mean, we talked about it before, like the deep fake videos.
It's scary.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I'm feeling about AI, but we'll find out later.
Yeah, I know, but here AI is helping out a bit instead.
Yes.
So it could also be a
For
tool
this
for good.
particular field.
Yeah.
It's a good and bad thing, but we'll see. It's still too early to tell.
I think that's true for most things, right? It could be good, it could be bad.
Yeah.
but,
Just like food. It could be good, could be bad.
Yeah, breakfast
depending on what you
yesterday?
eat.
Yeah, breakfast today?
I have not, that's why I'm hungry.
Do
So
we
if you
have
guys
time
are
for
watching our show,
breakfast?
send us some food.
We could. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get off first and start off with some news that you could use by checking out the weather today. Severe tropical storm Nika has yet to leave the country's weather monitoring area, but another disturbance makes its way to the Philippines. Pag-asa says tropical storm Ophel was spotted southeastern Luzon. As for Nika, forecasters say it was last seen west of Laoag City in Ilocos Norte. The Weather Bureau is also keeping tabs on tropical storms, with international name Manny, last spotted east of southeastern Luzon. Tropical cyclone wind signal number 1 is in place in Ilocos Norte and parts of Apayao, Abra, Babuyan Islands, and mainland Cagayan.
Now let's head on to Isabela to check on what's the update. Hannah, good morning.
Good morning, Monique. As you can see, the sun finally showed up.
I think you're the sun, Hannah.
Yes, but unfortunately, the entire Cagayan City currently has no power, with only portions of Cabarwan still having electricity. According to the local government unit, the power outages began gradually yesterday, and by nighttime, the whole city lost electricity. But the water supply remains stable, as confirmed by the LGU. Last night, we saw some residents charging their devices at local convenience stores, which were crowded. Hotels are also full since people are seeking shelter where there's power. The power provider, Isabela 1 Electric Cooperative, or ISELCO, said that their linemen worked through the night to inspect and restore downed power lines and bring back electricity to the affected areas. They assured the public that a full-scale inspection and restoration effort will start as soon as conditions are safe. Monique, ISELCO said their top priority remains the safety of both the residents and their teams, and they appreciate the patience and understanding of residents as they work to restore power safely and as quickly as possible. As you can see, Monique, currently the weather is definitely better than yesterday, and we have yet to assess the full impact of Nika here in Isabela. Monique?
Now, Hannah, what about the evacuees? How are they doing?
Yes, right now we have evacuees from 36 barangays here in Cagayan City. That's about 850 families, or almost 3,000 individuals. The LGU is still consolidating data on flooded areas and determining how high the water levels are. These 36 barangays are actually higher than the 31 flood-prone areas previously provided and recorded by the LGU. Back to you, Monique.
Thank you so much, Hannah T, for that update, reporting live from Isabela.
Several towns and provinces in Luzon have suspended classes today due to bad weather. In Isabela, Ilagan City has called off classes from kindergarten to college in both public and private schools. But San Mateo decided to suspend classes in all levels for today. The province of Pampanga likewise suspending classes in all levels today. In Tarlac City and the towns of Concepcion and La Paz have suspended classes from kindergarten to senior high school. Stay tuned to BNC and our social media pages for updates on class suspensions today.
Meanwhile, a hike in fuel prices will greet motorists starting today. Oil firms announced that they will increase per liter prices of diesel by 2 pesos and 10 centavos and gasoline by 1 peso and 50 centavos. Kerosene prices will increase as well by 1 peso and 20 centavos per liter. According to the Energy Department's Oil Industry Management Bureau, fuel prices were hiked because of Hurricane Rafael's impact in the United States.
Well, when we return, we'll explore the growing issue of hypertension in the Philippines, what's driving the rise and how traditional Filipino diets play a role, and the simple changes that can make a big difference. Don't go away. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. You are still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Hypertension is a growing health issue in the Philippines, affecting nearly 1 in 4 Filipinos. A major contributor is poor diet, with many traditional Filipino dishes packed with salt, sugar, and unhealthy fats, ingredients that elevate blood pressure. But there is hope by making simple lifestyle changes. To shed more light about this topic, we have cardiologist Dr. Alena Pias Bantolo. It's a beautiful day. Dr. Alena, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, Monique, Anne, and Paolo. Thank you for having me.
Doc, first and foremost, for the sake of our viewers, what exactly is hypertension?
Hypertension is actually defined as a blood pressure of 140 over 90 millimeters mercury. And this is actually detected for at least 2 clinic visits. So usually, our patients would come in to us reporting elevated blood pressures, and then when we check it, they should at least have a blood pressure of 140 over 90 and above.
And Doc, what are the primary factors contributing to the high rates of hypertension in the country?
Most of our patients would have risk factors such as genetics. So some of them would come in with a family history of hypertension. So some of them would have grandparents or mothers or fathers who actually are being treated for hypertension. Some of them, I actually have a lot of cases who present with stress. So some of them have a work-related stress and then come in with elevated BP coming in from their work clinics and are being referred to my service. Others have poor lifestyle changes. So when I ask them what they actually do every day, some of them don't really exercise. So there's a couple of risk factors. And one thing that isn't highlighted enough is the fact that a lot of us have been eating unhealthy diet actually. So it's what's readily available, but actually a lot of the food that we are currently eating has a high salt content, which is actually correlated with hypertension.
I feel like you're blaming certain foods, Doc. When you take a look at which foods you find yourself addressing the most based on your experience po, which cuisine, what types of food that siguro most Filipinos actually end up enjoying that actually may be a bit harmful and help contribute to hypertension?
Actually, it's quite a lot because Filipino cuisine is heavy on the condiments.
Yes, yeah.
And
That's why you can't eat Filipino food without rice because it's so salty.
Yeah, it's flavorful,
Well,
too flavorful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
In a good way.
It's actually a Filipino habit that other than eating what type of viand is served to you, you actually put in a lot of patis.
Yes,
So,
correct.
sauce.
That's so me.
Oh, patis is life.
So me.
I could drink patis.
So
That's
we have to
gross.
have you
I
check
love
for
it.
hypertension mo, or
Actually, doc, this is my
I think
consultation.
it's actually salt is actually a crucial part of our diet.
Yeah.
It's really people. It makes the food taste better. So you really need to incorporate it into the diet. Otherwise, we find food tasting really, really bland. So that's why I find a lot of times when I tell patients that, well, you really need to cut back on salt, and then I start with telling them, well, you could try avoiding putting in excessive amount of condiments such as ketchup or soy sauce, and then they get really shocked because it's a crucial part of their habit. It's almost innate among Filipinos to put in a lot of things to make it taste better.
yeah, akala ko galit ka sa ketchup. You mentioned ketchup twice eh. But Doc, when you're talking about the fact that, okay, sabi mo nga, sometimes it's traditional Filipino cuisine that is part of the culture. How are the rates of hypertension in Filipinos in general? Is it relatively high compared to siguro the general population? And of course, just how much of a factor really is the fact that, okay, yung traditional cuisine natin is a bit on the salty side?
Well, there's a recent survey done by the Philippine Heart Association. It's called Pression 4, and it just revealed that 37% of Filipinos are actually hypertensive. That's almost 4 out of 10 Filipinos, and it said that it's higher than the previous years. Now, one good risk factor that I have mentioned is because a lot of us eat a lot of salt, and then the lifestyle changes. I think it's also universal. A lot of people are actually, it's a worldwide concern that many people have sedentary lifestyle, so we don't really exercise more. Although I see in social media that a lot of people are starting to have an active lifestyle, but I think all of us need to work more on that. Other than that, probably also the chronic stress that everyone is feeling. So that's also one risk factor that has been proven to contribute to the onset of hypertension.
Doc, I feel really targeted by hypertension. I feel like I need to talk to you later to get checked. Because, like I said, I eat patis with everything. Patis in calamansi. When I eat like sinigang, nalaga, I drink that. So, gotta get. Yeah, girl, I like make it. I put a lot. Like the patis to soup and ulam ratio. Don't ask me. It's I love patis. Anyway,
I think a lot of people are guilty about this. Even I personally put in a lot of.
Binuking ang sarili.
I'm proud though, Doc. At least we're in the same boat together. But anyway,
Sabay kayo ni Doc magpapa-check up.
But apart from salty food, moving more and less stress, what would you say are the do's and maybe don'ts then of hypertension?
Well, number one is to always monitor your blood pressure. So for those who aren't hypertensive, if you want to be a bit health conscious, you really need to have it checked from time to time. For those who are hypertensive, I advise them usually to monitor their blood pressure at least once a day. And then other than that, I also emphasize the need to be adherent to their maintenance medications. And then next, it's also important to change their lifestyle, because no matter how much medication you take, but if you eat a lot of salt and then you eat a lot of these unhealthy food, then I will have no choice if your blood pressure isn't really controlled, because your lifestyle isn't controlled, I have to add a lot of medications to augment to that. And then also exercise.
Yeah.
Actually, the need to do exercise hasn't been emphasized much, but actually, people who exercise can have blood pressure reductions for at least 5 to 8 millimeters mercury. So imagine how many points you could reduce your blood pressure with that. And then, of course, cut down on vices such as vaping, use of cigarettes, and then also a healthy amount or moderate amount of alcohol consumption would be better. So for those who are heavy alcoholic beverage drinkers, they should really, really cut down on that and minimize it so that they could help decrease your blood pressure. And one thing also, I usually emphasize to my patients because people are so obsessed with these numbers, but actually the most important thing other than controlling the blood pressure is also reducing the risk of cardiovascular effects or cardiovascular side effects, which is the most important thing that we are trying to prevent here. The higher your blood pressure is, the higher is your risk to have a stroke, heart attack, kidney failure, heart failure, and that's the thing that we are most wary of. Because if you these side effects or these complications of hypertension are the ones that are devastating, financially draining, and can cause disabilities. So some people can walk or have their livelihoods are affected just because of these terminal effects. Where in fact, if you just control your blood pressure, which is actually sometimes people find this not their priority because it's too taxing to monitor your blood pressure.
Yeah, Doc, and sometimes it's easier said than done. Sometimes with
Yes,
regards to
yeah.
all of that.
Yes,
Doc,
because
okay.
yeah. Because sometimes people just don't really see the point of maintaining your blood pressure because they feel that they're just numbers and you don't feel anything. But actually, you'll feel the long-term effects once you have the complications.
Yeah, Doc, I mean, you mentioned kanina that people don't feel like it's a big thing, that they're just numbers. Is there a specific age where hypertension peaks?
Well, it's just more common as you age, but at least 40s and above, that's when it usually increases. But we see a lot of, nowadays, personally, I see a lot of younger patients, less than 35, coming into my clinic with hypertension, probably because of the lifestyle changes that we are having right now. I mean, the food that we eat right now, I think, is more different than what people used to eat way before, like probably 50 years ago. And the lifestyle before is way too different than how it is before. So definitely.
Doc, that is a concern now, no? The growing number of childhood hypertension patients. As early as minsan nga younger age pa eh. Not really teenagers, but before they hit their teenage years, they're already diagnosed with childhood hypertension. What's your tips for parents who have children na merong childhood hypertension? What can they do to manage this condition?
Okay. A disclaimer, I'm an adult cardiologist, but in general, well, the thing is, if we deal with these children, we should ensure that they take their maintenance medications regularly. And then sometimes these children will have underlying causes of hypertension, so they have other medical conditions. So make sure that it's also controlled. Work together with your pediatrician or your pediatric cardiologist so that you could have a more detailed and more personalized treatment plan for these. And also, it cannot be underemphasized or overemphasized to do your lifestyle changes, such as be mindful with your diet and your regular exercise. So just to emphasize, the recommendations actually of medical societies or the American Heart Association is to do exercise at least 150 minutes a week of moderate intensity exercise. That's like
correct.
Jogging, biking, etc. 150 minutes a week or 30 minutes a day. Now, if you're a more you're the more athletic type, you want to do more intensive exercise such as triathlon or etc. You could like do it at 75 minutes a week. But at the bare minimum for our casual viewers here, I think who do casual exercises, at least 150 minutes a week would be good, or 30 minutes a day.
Hindi mo alam, Doc, pero yung crew namin dito mag-jogging na after this show.
They're actually jogging in place right now, Doc, when you said 150 minutes.
Yung FT namin, si Vince, oo, sige, tatakbo na ako.
Nag-target kami lahat today.
Kailangan tumama ng 30 minutes a day. Pero, Doc, we were talking about childhood hypertension right now, or hypertension in kids. As a cardiologist, I know you're an adult cardiologist, but then how concerning is it that we're now actually having to consider the people as young as, preteens or even the teenagers as someone with hypertension? And of course, is there any real explanation kung bakit at that age? You were talking about stress a while ago. You were talking about how it's better when you're older. Are there any underlying causes that you feel is affecting the younger generation a bit more than siguro a few years ago?
For children po kasi, usually it's not common to have hypertension during that age group, and it's usually tied up with another underlying medical cause that needs to be investigated further. So idiopathic hypertension or primary hypertension or hypertension only, not tied up to any other problem, is actually more common among the older population. But recently, like for me in my clinical practice, I find people who are in their late 20s or early 30s who come in with hypertension, which is not really common. I mean, primary hypertension, which is not really that common, mostly because of the stresses in life.
You know what, you just mentioned the key word there, Doc. Right before we let you go, because we're running out of time, one of the keys you mentioned a while ago is stress, or at least how we handle stress. How would you suggest that we handle the stress levels in our lives so hypertension is not as much of an issue?
Well, actually, I'm not the best person to really advise
Mukhang stress ka rin, Doc,
mental health.
Stress with your question kasi.
But I tell them that each person handles stress differently. Perhaps first they need to identify what really causes the stress, and then they could try identifying it. If it's work, I can't really presume how or dictate anyone on how they want to manage their work stress, but at least be mindful, and then at least make sure that they have adequate amount of sleep, at least 6 to 8 hours, and then probably practice mindful living, mindful exercises, etc. And if they feel that they need any medical attention or psychological attention, that's really good. That's also a good place to start.
Well, you heard that, girls. Stay very mindful.
Yes.
As Doc Alena has mentioned. Maraming salamat, Doc. Thank you very much
Doc.
for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so you've heard it. Control your stress levels, work out at least 30 minutes a day,
Yes.
and try and watch that diet as well.
Ay, nako.
You know what, when she said exercise, that's already the best way to manage your stress levels.
Because she's a fitness instructor.
Right,
So,
and me and Paolo looking at each
sabi
other
niya-
like, okay, girl.
Sabi niya, that's 150 minutes a week. So
150
sabi niya, that's one day for
Right.
Anne.
And then me and Paolo, nothing.
Oh my
Sa
gosh.
food lang.
No, but really, exercise.
Oh yeah, no, we agree.
I know movement is very important. important, so I need to incorporate more movement. You know what? I told myself last year I will move more this year. Has that happened? No, it's about to be January. So 2025, I'm coming for you with movement.
Still have time, Mo.
What naman? 2025. Start now. It's almost coming. Listen, you're gonna wake up one day 2025 na. That's next week na.
No, it's not!
Time is flying.
No,
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll move on first because we've got more stories for you when we return as the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas now takes a closer look at GCash over the unauthorized fund transfers that shocked its users. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, or BSP, is investigating GCash for following reports of unauthorized fund transfers over the weekend. The BSP is looking into potential vulnerabilities and ensuring GCash's compliance with regulations. The central bank also directed G-Exchange, the operator of GCash, to complete refunds after several users, including celebrities like comedian Pokwang, reported losing large amounts of money. Meanwhile, Pokwang has claimed that she has lost 85,000 pesos due to unauthorized transfers to unregistered numbers. GCash attributed the issue to errors in an ongoing reconciliation process.
Several dams in Luzon have released water due to severe tropical storm Nika. These are the Magat, Binga, Pantabangan, San Roque, Ambuklao, and Angat dams. President Bongbong Marcos ordered the dams to release water gradually to prevent overflowing.
Moving on to sports, Gilas Pilipinas gears up for another tour of duty in the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers this month. On Monday, the Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas unveiled the 15-man pool of the men's national team for the second window of the qualifiers. These include natural players Justin Brownlee and Ange Kouame, along with PBA superstars Junmar Fajardo and Scottie Thompson. Japan-based players Kai Soto and Dwight Ramos are also part of the pool. Gilas begins its campaign against New Zealand, or rather resumes its campaign against New Zealand on November 21. And Asia's best pole vaulter, EJ Obiena, announces that a new pole vault facility will be opened in Ilocos Norte on November 22. Obiena also says a coaching clinic and pole vault seminar will soon follow.
Now in entertainment, an OMG moment for Miss Universe Philippines Chelsea Manalo on social media. Supermodel Tyra Banks was among the personalities who showed support for our Miss Universe bet on Instagram. Tyra left a comment on Chelsea's IG post saying, quote, "Get it, girl." The Miss Universe 2024 pageant is scheduled for November 16 in Mexico. And now, baby news in Hollywood. Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly are expecting their first child together. The couple, who became engaged in 2022, revealed the exciting news through a heartfelt announcement on Instagram. You know what? I love that Tyra Banks is recognizing Chelsea. Not just Tyra, like in general, all the big names are recognizing a lot of our Filipino women,
Yes,
men.
yes.
It's amazing.
No, and I just love Chelsea's look, her
Same.
aura.
Yes.
It's like you would know this better than most, Mo, but then she is so unique in what she brings to the table.
Super.
Even compared to our previous queens that have represented the country very well in Miss Universe. I'm so excited to see what she can do.
Yeah, I agree. I love her look. And when she won, I was actually so excited. I said, finally, a black Filipino queen on stage. Like, we need that. And she is so beautiful. She has so much substance. So I really think she's going to win in Mexico.
Wow, really?
We didn't guess her because normally, right, the mga beauty queens that we guess,
They win.
They win. Pero she's too busy preparing for us. So when she wins, we will have her here.
Definitely.
We'll try, right?
Yes.
We'll try to get her.
She's
Right?
got Chelsea Manalo because she's so panalo. Another joke.
I mean, like, you could come up with a better slogan.
Okay, what's your
No,
slogan?
not
Pao?
yet. I don't know. You put me on the
come up
spot.
with it nga.
Yeah,
You have
all
to
right.
admit
All right.
that
Basta
works.
panalo.
see?
All right. Okay.
Hi, nako.
Oh my gosh. All right, Mo, you're not done yet. You got a lot more to talk
Yes,
about here.
because you know the Philippines is winning, especially our girls Beanie. They're on a roll as the nation's girl group's music makes its way to the NBA. That story and more after the break.
Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Now imagine being a dementia patient but having a lifelike photorealistic avatar converse with you, offering companionship, especially when you feel isolated. Now, how would that change your experience? There's a new technology that is doing just that, creating avatars that engage patients in natural and meaningful interactions, rather. But how much can a digital companion truly help? As technology advances, we're left wondering how it will shape caregiving, providing comfort, or simply offering a temporary solution to a deeper need for human connection. Of course, we're talking about AI. AI being used to help treat dementia and the like. Now, we've actually seen online right now, there are lots of ways that AI has been helping out with regards to things like, again, like dementia. And it's like we even had a guest here recently who brought AI to help children with autism.
Right.
Yes,
And
yes.
right now you're thinking like, how far can AI go? Especially with something like dementia, which is, you know, something that older people do fear,
Yes.
or try to manage
Yes.
as they get to that age.
You know what? It's sad when you think about it.
Yeah.
Because when you are suffering from dementia, you feel really isolated because you can't remember a lot of things. You can't even remember who your family members are. So it's sad. Well, it's sad that AI has to replace the company of family members surrounding
I don't
you.
know if I would say it's sad. Like, I think it's a positive thing that there's a thing. I don't know what you call AI.
Kasi ganito yun eh. The AI companions will never lose patience.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yun nga eh. That's why it's good and sad at the same time. It's good that, you
Di
know,
mawawalan ng
they're-
pasensya yung ano,
Oo,
yung AI.
parang yung AI kasi, parang if the family members aren't there, so sige, the AI is there
Right.
to ano. But when you think about it, di ba parang malungkot?
But
It is
isn't it
sad,
worse
but
kapag
there's
the family,
nobody.
the person actually loses patience on the patient?
Yun nga, that's sad
Yeah,
too.
but I mean, like, so para
yeah.
sa akin, what's worse?
actually.
Oh, when
No,
you
I think
about
it's a good thing that they're actually helping in a positive impact.
Yes, yes.
But then AI also has some negative impacts. I just read an article, and I read it compared to last time, that it said...
You clicked on it?
I actually clicked on it.
All right, and of course, when you talk about all of that, syempre, the way that AI is growing, the way that AI has really changed in the recent past. Alam mo, it's so interesting to see what's going to happen in the future moving on.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't finish my article. Let me
Oh.
tell you guys about
Oh.
it. Because AI is taking over, right? In a good way, bad way, just depends on how you perceive it. This one naman that I read, an AI robot created an artwork that sold for over $1 million.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
God, we read the same article. But I mean,
No, because I reported that actually here on Bilyonaryo on the newsfeed. So yes, I can guarantee the credibility of your report. 100%.
no, but I mean, so what are your thoughts on that? On AI maybe possibly taking over jobs?
Well, you know what? I think it's like when things were being automated back in the day, when there were less factory workers and more machines taking jobs. There's going to be an upcycling for the humans as well to make life a bit more easier. It's just going with technology. That's what I feel. But speaking of things, news that we can use, and of course how things can be upcycled, we have to give you an update on the weather. Right now, Pag-asa weather specialist Veronica Torres is joining us on the line. Magandang umaga, Veronica. Veronica, can you hear us? All right, so we're having a bit of trouble on the line with Veronica Torres, but we're going to try and get that on. Of course, if you still want to hear more about the weather, mamaya, Weather HQ. So make sure you check that out later.
Pangalawang plug
I mean, like, hey,
I know, he keeps plugging his different show.
it's a good show on the same channel, all right?
Yes, of course.
So it's okay.
Any show that is on BNC, especially with Paolo, is a great show.
All right, so, but of course, we're not just talking about AI. We have something more natural to talk about.
Well, speaking of a good show, Filipino music is truly going global with Beanie's Cherry on Top. It's making its way to the NBA. The LA Clippers' official dance team performed the latest single of the nation's beloved girl group during its Filipino Heritage Night game against the Toronto Raptors. And by the way, 5 members of the Clippers Spirit are Filipino Americans. On X, formerly Twitter, Beanie's official account thanked the dance group for bringing the group and the Pinoy spirit to the NBA. And of course, Beanie is set to headline its highly anticipated 3-day concert, which begins this Saturday, November 16 at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Are you guys gonna go to that concert?
I'm not going to go to that
They should
concert,
send us free
unfortunately.
tickets.
Here na naman si Anne, free tickets.
They should
She's
send
not
us
going
free
to.
tickets.
Basta may concert, Anne's going to ask her free tickets on air until someone sends her
Yes,
free tickets.
Exactly.
Yes, please.
I love the perseverance.
Yeah.
Manifesting it.
You know,
And Pa's a bloom.
Huh?
You're a bloom, right? You said that on camera before.
Quietly, but then it's fun. It's fun to listen. They're really fun to listen to. Of course, seeing Beanie in the NBA, their music in the NBA was fantastic. And there's a lot of Filipino heritage nights that happen. I think the Clippers actually do one of the better iterations of Philippine Heritage Night because they actually try to bring in more Filipino music. In their halftime shows in particular.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they were also the team that had Easy Mill do.
LA, is it Clippers?
I think it
it's
might have
either
been the Clippers.
the Lakers, or the Golden State Warriors.
Well, one of those
them.
California.
They do Filipino heritage nights
because
so well.
they do it really well. I know the Houston Rockets also have a nice Filipino heritage
actually.
night because of Jalen Green being part
Yup.
of that. The Utah Jazz actually has it because of Jordan Clarkson. Yeah,
yup.
so. But then there's a lot of Filipino heritage nights that happen all around, and a very limited edition 3 Stars in the Sun NBA merch that also goes along with it.
Yes,
But
I
then-
love the NBA merch.
That
The
comes with it.
Filipino ones, I have a bunch of them. I wish we can wear them on the show. We should.
Yeah, well,
Pwede ba?
I don't have enough.
Ah, you don't
I don't have
have?
enough. Yeah. No, I
Wow,
want.
our sports guy.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't go out and get all the merch and all of that as much as I
love
want
merch.
to.
But you know what? I love that our OPM songs are going global.
Yeah.
We are making really good music. And if you listen to the Beanie songs, they are amazing.
I mean, like Beanie did just win in the MTV EMAs
Yeah.
yesterday morning. I believe we did report that, and just talking about the impact they do have for the worldwide audience. I mean, you could already tell that some of their music's already geared for overseas. Just Cherry on Top that
Yeah.
was
Yes.
featured by the Clippers Spirit, the dance team. It's just, good proof of that it's a bit more universal than other
Filipino
people.
pride.
I know, I love
Yes.
it. Actually, you know what? I did not know who Beanie was. Don't hate me for this. Before, I know who they are now, but when I heard Cherry on Top, I didn't know that was Beanie. I thought it was an international group. Ano ba? This is a compliment to them, right? This is a compliment. Hold on, Mom. Kuya's being so mean. Stop it, kids.
Enough.
It's a compliment because I thought they were international.
No fighting on television.
No fighting on set. No fighting on set. No, but again, congratulations to Beanie. They're making
Yes.
waves overseas in the MTV EMAs, at the NBA. They're there already. And hey, who knows? Maybe we might see them in
Here,
future.
on our show.
On the show.
Yeah,
ba?
please. Beanie,
Mag-guest
please
naman
go
kayo.
on our show.
Perform here on our show,
See,
right?
the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Guys, we're gonna ask for everything. Concert
Everything.
tickets, Beanie, guesting,
Yes,
lahat na.
please.
In natin.
Email, I about Easy Mill too.
Easy Mill, why
love
not?
his song.
Oo.
And you know, he's Ilocano too.
Yeah.
I like that he raps in English, Tagalog, and Ilocano. It's like my man.
You know what? Our
Yeah.
show should be a platform for local artists.
Yeah,
To,
I mean,
to
like-
promote their
Yeah.
songs.
But
yeah,
they
we
have
should
to
do
come
that.
here first. Kaya
Yeah, but
please
come here.
Yes, please. Our show is open for you guys. You can perform here, maybe a song or two.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
that
Who
would
are
be
your
nice.
mga OPM bets though? I want to hear.
Well, I recently talked to Nina.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then I
yeah.
asked her to
Soul
guest
Siren
on the
Nina?
show. Yeah, Soul Siren Nina. And I think she was just busy working on her birthday concert. But hopefully now, maybe, we can reach out to
I
her.
love
Nina
Nina.
is amazing.
I have to double check, because speaking about international, the NFL did feature Filipino artists in one of their match day weeks. Recently, very recently, I forgot which one. It was an OPM band. I'll get back to all of you with regards to that tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, like, it's just it goes to show Filipino music definitely world class, definitely on the up, and being featured in major American sporting events.
Right? P-Pop's coming up.
It is. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for us today, Tuesday, November 12th. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Thank you for joining us on It's a Beautiful Day.
And I am Anne Asis-Carilo, sending love and good vibes your way.
And I'm Monique Tuzon. Stay safe, and we hope you all have a great day today. Join us again tomorrow at 7 a.m. only here on
It's a Beautiful Day.